Welcome, you guys. Welcome to Gardening at the Root 101, where I am your girl, your gardener extraordinaire. Well, over here we teach about gardening, we teach about self-sustainability, we teach about it all over here. We also teach about canning, so get into it. So if this is your first time here, welcome. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. It is absolutely free. And make sure you hit that notification bell where you will be notified, okay, when I go live. So welcome, beginner gardeners, expert gardeners. Welcome to my channel. Make sure you let everybody know there is a new gardener in town. Again, it is Gardening at the Root, where I am your gardener extraordinaire. Okay, so today we're going to talk about celery. Okay, everybody has celery in their pantries or in their refrigerator. We won't say pantry because we don't want you to be putting no celery in your pantry. We need it to be in the refrigerator. Okay, so mostly everybody loves celery. You use celery for soups and different salads and different recipes, okay? So most people have celery laying in their refrigerator, okay? So we're all about self-sustainability, and we're all about taking everyday foods, okay, and growing it in your garden. And so that's what self-sustainability comes from, okay? So every day, we're going to try to make sure that we get a video out for you, and it will be different grocery items that you can grow your own food in your own backyard. Whether you live in a high-rise or apartment or townhouse, you can do this too, okay? And I'm going to show you two different ways that you can do this. It's very easy for beginners. So let's get started. Let's go. All right. So now, welcome back. Okay. We have, like I said, celery. So today we're talking about celery. Celery comes in organic, or whatever way you get your celery, okay? So everybody's celery can be a little bit different in the grocery store, but you know what celery looks like, okay? So at this particular time, I've already cut my celery up, and I have actually just the base, okay? It is very important when you cut your celery, if you're not ready to go ahead and plant your celery, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and get you a Ziploc bag, okay? Ziploc bags will come in handy when you are a gardener, okay? So whenever you garden, whatever produce that is, if you're not ready that particular day, once you cut up your grocery items, okay, what you want to do is you want to put it in a Ziploc bag, okay? This is the most easiest way. You can put it in a Ziploc bag until you're absolutely ready, okay? It is good that you don't leave the produce out, because it can definitely rot faster, and you don't want that, okay? You want to take the items that you get, which is today we're talking about celery, and you want to preserve it as long as you can until you're able to use it in your garden, okay? So today we're going to do our celery, all right? So I actually take, like I said, you can take a ordinary celery from the grocery store and grow your own celery, okay? So what more good is that to be able to grow your own celery from the grocery store, and it's going to be absolutely free. You've already purchased the celery, so why not grow more celery in your garden so you can always have celery to come in your garden, okay? Peace. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we have the base. It is very important that you try when you cut the celery to keep it all together like this, because the base is so important, okay? The base of the celery is where you're going to get your roots and all of the energy to grow more celery, okay? So you can do this two types of ways, okay? So the first way is easy, and also the second way is easy, all right? So we're giving two different options of how to do this celery to actually grow more celery in your garden, okay? The first step would be to start your celery in the house, okay? As long as you have a window that has really good lighting, you can definitely grow your celery in the window. It's actually you're starting your celery in the window, and then you will actually transition it outside, okay? So this is just starting your celery in the house so that the roots can start to grow at the bottom, and then you would transition it outside, okay? So first what you want to do is you want to get you a cup with a little bit of water. You want to make sure it is enough water in the bottom that it's just able to cover the crown, okay? You want to try to make sure you don't add too much water, because if you add too much water onto the celery and get up way up here, what happens is it can start to turn really brown and start to rot. And a lot of times your celery isn't good to use, but you can try to use it, and if it becomes really rotten, you will have to actually throw it in your compost, okay? So the trick I use, some people even use toothpicks, okay? You can actually put a toothpick here and here and here, which is 3, and you will actually put it inside of your cup so it kind of can stand inside of the water, okay? But not everybody has toothpicks, so we try to on this channel to be able to give you a roundabout thing that you can do, okay? So I actually just use a little bit of water. Sorry you guys, these buggy bites bite. So I use a little bit of water at the bottom, okay? And then I actually sit my celery in the cup, okay? I actually sit it in the window, and it usually takes a week. Some people it takes a little longer or a little shorter, but we like to say a week, okay? So after a week, you will actually start seeing little white roots grow at the bottom of the celery, and this means that it's actually time to go ahead and transfer your celery into soil, okay? We can do another video about that, but today we're talking about celery, and we don't want to make the video too long, all right? So you're going to actually see little white roots grow in the bottom of your celery, and you want to make sure that is the time where you want to be able to transfer your celery into some really good aerated soil, all right? The next thing that you can also do is you can just take your celery, okay? I have actually a pot, okay, that has soil in here, okay? You want to make sure your soil is very aerated. You want to make sure you begin with a very healthy soil, because whatever you begin with, that is what your celery will thrive on. So this is a really good potting soil that I use, okay? And I actually use a scoop of bone meal as well as a scoop of earthworm castings, okay? So when you decide to transfer it outside, these are the things that you can use when you transfer it, okay? If you're just taking your celery, putting it in the ground, these are the type of things that you want to do. You want to go ahead and prepare your soil ahead of time, okay? And you want to make sure that your soil is well prepared before you plant your celery, okay? This has been a very successful thing that I do all the time. I take everything that I get from the grocery store and I put it back into my garden so that I can grow more food, okay? Next, what you want to do, if you're just taking your celery and you're putting it into the ground, you just want to make sure again that you have everything mixed in here very well, okay? I mix it in within about an hour or two before I add my celery, all right? So what you're going to do is you're just going to get you a good I don't have one right here, but I'm gonna have to show you guys a good scooper. Ooh, and my celery done fell. Who got time for your celery to be falling? I need my celery to make sure it don't fall, okay? So what you want to do is you want to get this, all right? After you have it, you want to make sure everything gets mixed and shaped and baked, okay? So next, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you put a good amount of a deep hole in there. You can use your fingers, you can use whatever you need to use, and you just want to open up the chamber, which is open up the hole so that your celery can actually just sit down here at the bottom of the soil, okay? So all you're going to do is you're just going to place your celery down in here, okay? and then you're going to cover it with some soil, okay? And you're going to make sure you give this a good water, and then you're just going to let it do its thing. After a while, you will see some green little flowers growing, and now you have celery growing inside of your garden, okay? This is a 3-inch pot. So most people who wants to do this, you can start it with a 3-gallon pot, or you can even go bigger. I notice when I do the 3-gallon, the 3-gallon buckets work very well for me. But you have to work with whatever you have, whether that's grow bags, whether that's buckets, whatever you have. Let's get started, okay? So this is how you start off with doing celery. All right, so we like to bring new and exciting things about grocery hauls and grocery things to grow in our garden, and today's segment was celery. So you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the notification bell, and tell everybody you have a new gardener in town. Okay, I am Gardening at the Root, your gardener extraordinaire. Well, today we learned about celery. Celery is also an awesome thing that you can use in your soups and your salad. It's very good for you, okay? You can add peanut butter on it or whatever you choose to use, okay? So let's start growing. Bye.